will use opportunity of this gathering to engage with the world leaders on this tragedy, including humanitarian assistance for the more than 2 million refugees and 4.2 million Syrians who have been displaced internally. It is imperative to end this war. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I would be happy to take one or two questions.
Okay, we only have time for a few questions. Pamela?
It's Pamela Falk from CBS News, and on behalf of the UN Correspondents Association, thank you, Secretary General, for the briefing, and we wish you well on the G20 meeting. My question is, since you are talking about an end to impunity, and you are also talking about the primacy of the Charter, which would prohibit any military strike without UN Security Council authorization, and with a stalemate in the Security Council, what is it that you are proposing? What's in the toolbox of the UN to avoid that kind of confrontation but end impunity? And do you think the inspector's report will be out before the U.S. Congress convenes? Thank you.
As I have repeatedly said, that the Security Council has primary responsibility for international peace and security. For any course of actions in the future, depending upon the outcome of the analysis, scientific analysis, will have to be considered by the Security Council for any action. And that's my appeal, that everything should be handled within the framework of the United Nations Charter. The use of force is lawful only when, in exercise of self-defense in accordance with Article 51 of the United Nations Charter, and or when the Security Council approves such action. That is a firm principle of the United Nations. And as I said again, for your second question, we will, our mandate to investigate the other allegations of chemical use remain unchanged. And when we are ready, we will dispatch our missions together again to Syria for a final report. Yeah. But the timing will have to be considered later on, depending upon the situations. Yes.
Do you mean, Secretary General, that the position taken by President Obama, that his opinion that there should be a strike, is illegal? And why did you agree, or your team agree, to limit the mandate of the investigation team to only, as you put it, the nature and the extent of, rather than if the team has information as to who's responsible? Was this what Syria, the Syrian government, insisted or stipulated before agreeing to the protocol?
Now, I have taken note of President Obama's statement, and I appreciate his efforts to have his future course of action based on broad opinions of American people, particularly Congress. And I hope this process will have a good result. And as for other issues, I have clearly stated my positions on other issues pertaining this chemical weapons use.
Yeah, but who put the limits on the mandate? Is it the Syrian government?
You mean?
Why did you, the mandate of the team, of Sellstrom's team, is not to identify. So who put such limitations on the mandate? Was it the Secretariat when it negotiated? Was it the Syrian government, or was it the Security Council?
No, it's the United Nations decision and my decision. That mandate of this team is to determine the use of chemical weapons, whether there was or not the use of chemical weapons, and it's not to determine who has used against whom. We do not have that kind of mandate at this time. So it's not, one may think that it is a limit, but this is based on the recognized standard of international community. And we've been working very closely with the OPCW and WHO. Thank you very much. I have to rush to the airport at this time. I hope you will understand. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks very much. He'll have a press conference in September before the start of the GA.
We must reach more people to stop this war agenda. Here's a link to the Representative Press PayPal account. All donations go to advertise these videos, to give them a boost.